Hi everyone, I'm Luke. Welcome to Wondershare FamiSafe, a parental control solution that lets parents keep an eye on their kids' online activities and protect them from various cyber threats. Today we are back with another episode where we'll talk about the dangers of teen sexting and how sexting often leads to sextortion, one of the most common cybercrimes whose victims are often kids and teenagers. And you might be surprised to know that the majority of sextortion events begin with sexting itself. This video is another addition to the online safety campaign we are currently running, #FamiSupport, to spread awareness about cybercrimes like sextortion. You can tap the link in the description below to enter our campaign and get a chance to win the Fujifilm Instax Mini 11 instant camera, Lego Marvel Infinity Gauntlet building kit, or a $50 Amazon gift card. Back to today's video. We'll look at the potential dangers of sexting and what parents can do to educate their children on how to stay safe from falling victim to unexpected cybercrimes. But before that, make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss out on any future updates. Sexting is a term that has become pretty common among teenagers and the younger generation in this social media influence world. Teenagehood is when kids start to become more interested in relationships and sex. They want to experience new things, and to do this, they start talking to other people on the internet. Soon enough, the casual talks turn into steamy conversations, and before they even know it, they are sending and receiving explicit texts from the other person. As far as the official definition is concerned, you could define sexting as the process of sharing and receiving sexually explicit messages that may also involve nude or partially nude pictures and videos. In general, teenagers use social media platforms like Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, etc. to sext other people. You might be surprised to know that every 1 in 4 teenagers sends or receives texts of a sexual nature. And as we mentioned earlier, most sextortion cases begin with these simple, explicit messages. This is why parents need to ensure their kids don't indulge in such activities and avoid falling victim to unexpected events. Now, coming to sextortion. How can sexting lead to cases of sextortion? The truth is, when someone shares their nudes or explicit pictures with others, there's always a hanging threat that the person might forward it to someone else. This becomes more common when the couple sexting breaks up. When breakups occur, people usually want to take revenge on their partner, and to do this, they leak their private conversations along with nude videos and pictures. What's worse is that the same person could use these images to blackmail the sender and convince him or her for sexual favors. This can lead to mental trauma, and the victim may even suffer from depression and mental disorders. So we're coming to the real question. Where do teenagers get involved in sexting? As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are the most common platforms for children to meet and talk to new people. The internet is where they make new friends and usually start sexting with others. Apart from these conventional social media apps, Kik and Omegle are also two popular platforms for teenagers to sext other people. What they don't know is that these platforms are crowded with many online predators who are always looking to target naive teenagers and use their innocence to ask for sexual favors. In some cases, these predators even blackmail the young kids to extort money. Now that you know how kids get indulged in sexting and sextortion, let's understand how to protect your children from sextortion. To get started, you'll have to understand that sexting is something that teenagers usually keep a secret from everyone, especially their parents. They don't want anyone else to know about this, and to hide their secret, they use dedicated tools to hide applications they usually use for sexting. So, first and foremost, go through your kid's phone and look for such tools they might be using to hide their private conversations. Then, if you see any red flags, sit down with the child and talk to them patiently. You might be surprised that teenagers use special slang words while sexting with their partners. These slang terms are to keep their parents in the dark. So even if you get your hands on their devices, you still won't be able to decipher what these kids are talking about. So before you try to understand what your teenagers are talking about in their texts, familiarize yourself with the common sexting slangs. A few of these slangs include GNOC, get naked on camera, GYPO, get your pants off, P911, parent alert, CD9, parents around, TDTM, talk dirty to me, IPN, I'm posting naked. It's worth understanding that talking to your children won't always work. Why? Because this is the age where their rebellious behavior would be at its peak. So anything that you'd ask your kids to do, they'll do the exact opposite. To stay extra careful, the next step to prevent teenagers from sexting would be to block the suspicious applications and websites like Omegle, Kik, Instagram from their smartphones. To do this, you can use Wondershare FamiSafe. As a full-scale remote monitoring tool, FamiSafe comes with a dedicated app blocker feature that'll allow you to remotely block unwanted applications from your kid's phone and ensure they aren't browsing any suspicious websites and apps. Apart from blocking websites and applications, you'll also be able to keep an eye on your child's online activities. So let's say if someone is sending explicit messages to your child, you'll receive an alert immediately. You could simply block the sender and restrict him from talking to your child. Here are some of the additional features of FamiSafe that'll allow you to establish an overall internet safety to keep your kids safe from sextortion and other cyber threats. You can use FamiSafe to block applications and websites remotely. FamiSafe is also capable of automatically detecting explicit texts, which means it'll send you instant alerts every time your kid receives or sends a sext. With FamiSafe, you can also monitor the real-time whereabouts of your children to ensure they aren't roaming around in any random places. Finally, you can also use FamiSafe to limit screen time on your child's phone to ensure they aren't always stuck to their phone screen. So that wraps up our episode on the dangers of sexting and how as a parent, you can protect your children from getting indulged in such explicit conversations. Now, before we say our final goodbyes, we'd like to remind you that our campaign against sextortion is ongoing. With this campaign, our objective is to spread awareness regarding sextortion and its harmful effects on children and how parents can safeguard their kids from this cybercrime. You can be a part of this campaign by tapping the link below and sharing it as much as possible. Also, if you want to see more episodes in the future, don't forget to press the subscribe button below to never miss out on any future updates. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Luke, and I'll see you next time.